Hello people, welcome back to my channel Shake Rides. Today we are going to talk about the Dominar 250. Yes, so this has been in the market from 4-5 months now, but today I got hands on this, so I thought I'll make a video on this. So to start about it, Dominar 250 is a younger brother of Dominar 400. It retains all the characteristics and the dimensions of Dominar 400. In fact, the entire body, the seats, the handle, everything looks like a twin, but this is Dominar 250. This is available in this color. It's also available in the black. Quick technical specifications now. Before I could start riding this, the front you get 37 mm upside down forks. The back you get multi-adjustable monoshock. The front you get 300 mm disc with the ABS. The back you get 240 I believe disc with the ABS, and here you get Bi-Brake brakes, very good brakes, and the tires have been changed. If you see it, the front you get 100 by 80 17-inch wheel, alloy wheels. At the back you get 130 by 70 by 70-inch wheels, and this is a dual tone exhaust here. So looks pretty much same, no changes whatsoever apart from that. Also you get a change in the meter. So this meter, if you see, this is the old Dominar 400 meter which initially came. This is a split console. If you turn on the engine, you can see the tachometer, odometer information, then you have trip 1, trip 2 information, and then a fuel indicator, neutral indicator, and then RPM limits light. You then have a set mode and mode. You can set from here, and this is a mode. It misses out with the gear information and also the range information. And here in the other console you get ABS information, you have battery information, engine information, you then have side stand information there. So that's a very decent and good instrument clusters, digital console. And here you can see kill switch, indicator, turn on, engine turn on, you have horn, and high beam, low beam, pass, and left indicator, right indicator. So it's a basic remains same what Dominar 400 gets, and looks same. There are no changes whatsoever apart from if someone who has a less knowledge of bikes, they would say this is a Dominar 400 itself, and they're very identical. If you can see, I'll give you the other look of here. Looks very identical, looks very big. It has a good presence on the road. It imposes itself on the road, and looks a kind of a big super bike kind of a feel. And so coming to engine, that's a 250cc engine which generates 27 PS of power and 24 Nm of torque, 8500 RPM and 6500 RPM respectively. There's one more interesting in this is the RPM is logged for the first 2000 kilometers, and so when you hit 6500 in the rev, the red light starts blinking, and post 2000 kilometer it opens automatically, so you don't have to do anything. So post 2000 kilometers, when you start revving, the red line comes exactly at 8500 RPM. So that's the a rev limit, kind of a rev lock, you can say, RPM lock, but there's nothing to worry about it. It's just, and we can also get a box swing arm here, not the aluminium ones. So let's see what exactly it is when you ride and how it feels. Let's start. So let me turn on the ignition now. Gets a full LED setup at the front. You get also indicators, and back also get a LED setup. So without any further delays, let's start and see how it sounds. Okay, sounds exactly the same of the Dominar 400. The dual barrel exhaust at the back gives you that sweet tone, has a bassy noise. This bike is brand new and this is just for the test ride, so the speedometer is kind of disabled now, so you don't get to see the speed information. First gear. Okay, so first impressions, good low end, good mid end. I'm surprised because this takes an engine from KTM Duke 250, and they still maintain the low end. So what KTM Bajaj has done basically is they saw the void of 250cc in their brand. There's no bike which comes into 250cc segment. So what Bajaj did is they wanted an all-rounder bike, and finally they took engine from KTM, fine-tuned it, and changed a couple of mechanical parts and placed this and reduced the compression ratio, the balanced it in such a way that it produce a very good low and mid range, and also have a decent high end. That's one thing. The other thing is the most affordable 250cc segment bike available in the market. There is a Gixxer, Suzuki Gixxer, but it is 5 to 6k costlier than this. For the price what Bajaj is giving you a package as a bang for the buck. Bajaj is meant for that. It gives all kind of features and technicalities, power in a very a decent amount, affordable price. That's what they did with the Dominar 400 when it initially came. Coming to suspensions, at the back I can feel it's at the stiffer side. At the front it is rightly placed. The 37mm upside down forks do the job decent enough. One thing which you have to agree that is the downside of this bike is the weight. It's 180 kilos curb weight. The power to weight ratio is kind of misbalanced here, because since they have taken most of the dimensions from the Dominar 400, obviously the weight also comes to the same level. So Dominar is 7 kilos heavier than this, and but with Dominar 400 the power to weight ratio is good. It produces 40 PS of power, so the power to weight ratio is kind of decent there. But here 180 kilos and 250cc engine which generates 27 PS of power is something kind of okay I can say, because you can feel the weight when you're doing to bumper traffic. But once you start riding you won't feel much, and once you get used to it, it will not be a problem for you. The seat height is of 800mm, and I can place my legs comfortably, take a good ground support, and the tank is of 13 liters, and if you consider the mileage from 30 to 35, and the city is somewhere around 32-33 you should get. In the highways you should be getting somewhere around 35, so it gives a good decent mileage with the 13 liters of capacity. So the Bajaj has aimed this to the as an all-rounder bike which can do your city rides comfortably, and also an occasional touring in the weekends also comfortably. It also shines in the high speeds, and I think 90 is the speed which you can do it comfortably in this. And you don't have to do much of modifications in this. I mean, you can just directly take this and go to do touring, and also in the city you can directly use it. You don't have to do much of modifications to make this as a touring bike. It's comfortable, upright sitting position. You have the foot pegs at the little rear. I don't say it as a mid set, but they're little rear set. But again, I am not feeling any kind of a stress. The handlebar is decently placed. I do not have any problems in my hands. So this also comes with the slipper clutch. That's a one plus point. That's a good feature when you're doing a downshifting. The price of this is somewhere around 1,65,000 rupees, and the on-road will be somewhere around 2,13,000 rupees. I'll place the on my screen the price details. So this is the most affordable bike in this segment. I mean, even KTM's Husqvarna's are priced I mean way up, somewhere around 2,40,000, 2,60,000 their on-road prices are. And the other bike which comes closer to this price is the Gixxer. The power figures also remains somewhat similar, and the turning radius was small. You can comfortably, without placing your leg down, you can comfortably take a U-turn. I am not feeling the weight as such. I mean, even in the slow speeds I'm not feeling the weight. And there is a quite buzziness once you do a kind of rev post 6,000. You feel a buzz in the foot pegs and the handlebar. In the low end and mid end that's quite good enough, no issue. Also the seat comfort is very good. I have no issues whatsoever. I'm at the heavier side. I weigh somewhere around 85 to 90, so you know, people like me, when they sit on the bike, the seat will start saying hello to you. But I do not feel anything as such. It's a comfortable seat, and it has enough space for the pillion rider. It has a good grab rails. The price is a big thumbs up. The fit and finish is good, not the best in the class, but for the price what you're getting is thumbs up for that also. The power 27 PS of power at 8500 RPM is good, decent enough. You have decent torque, you have a good mid end and low end. Ride quality is good at the front. At the back it's little at the stiffer side, so the ABS is good. The brakes are doing good. I had a good feedback when I used them. And I have not done any kind of a cornering. I did not get a chance to do that. But the tires are the Dominar should have retained the tires, because the dimensions what it has used from the Dominar 400, it should have also given the tires of the same dimensions. However, keeping the cost in the mind, they wanted to place this bike somewhere around 1.6, which is why they have a compromise at some places, like the tires, the swing box, swing arm, having the old console, not updating with the Dominar 400. Those are the small things they have kept in mind, and they have reduced the cost. But again, I mean, people in the city, I mean, they do not see all those things. They want a good looking bike for the price, and it should do all the things. So we Indians have that kind of mindset. So I don't want my bike should do most of the things what other bikes can do. If I want to go on highways, long trips, that should be able to do it. If I want to do a city commute, city rides, my bike should be able to do it without any hassles. So that's what the customer always looks for. And Bajaj, they make bikes more affordable to the masses. That's what they have done with Dominar 400 and Dominar 250. For the price what the Bajaj is offering, the package, I mean, no bikes comes close to this. Big thumbs up to that. So guys, this is the kind of a first impressions of mine. This is not the complete review, because to give any bike a complete review, you need to use it at least for 1000 kilometers. Only then you will be able to say what the bike is about, how well you are connected with it, what are the drawbacks, what can be improved, and what is good. I mean, that's what I feel. So that's the video, guys. If you like this video, do subscribe to my channel, Sheikh Rides, and press the bell icon for the latest updates on my channel. And if you have anything to say, do comment. Let me know how do you feel this bike. So thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you in my next video. This is Sheikh, and I'm signing off.